Welcome to the An English Coffee Office. Today is Wednesday, November 12th, and like every morning, David and Alex are at the coffee machine.
Hey Alex, good morning. How's that coffee hitting the spot today?
Morning, David. It's doing the trick, strong enough to shake off this hectic morning fog. Yours?
Mine's spot on. Just the right kick before I tackle those sales calls. You know how it is, always chasing targets.
I do. My inbox is overflowing with project updates already. Anyway, did you catch the news this morning? I skimmed a few headlines while eating breakfast.
Oh yeah, I did. The US-South Korea trade deal popped up first thing. They just released the details, right?
Exactly. South Korea's chief policy advisor, Kim Young-bam, and the White House fact sheet laid it out. Lowering tariffs on key goods and a massive $350 billion investment plan over the next few years.
Wow, $350 billion? That's huge. As a sales rep, I see this opening up tons of opportunities for our team. Cheaper imports could slash costs on electronics and auto parts we deal with.
You're right. From a project management angle, it means smoother supply chains. We'll need to keep everyone in the loop. Maybe update our vendor list soon.
For sure. Imagine pitching deals with lower tariffs. Clients will eat that up. But hey, it might squeeze some local competitors too. You know, survival of the fittest in business?
True, it could. To be honest, these international deals always make me think about long-term strategies. How do we adapt without disrupting ongoing projects?
Good point. We should touch base with the team lead about it. Anyway, speaking of big money moves, what about that Tesla story?
The shareholders voting on Elon Musk's pay package? Yeah, I saw it blew up online.
Blew up is right. They approved it a whopping $1 trillion package for Musk, tied to hitting ambitious market cap goals and company milestones over the next decade.
$1 trillion. That's mind-blowing. It's all performance-based. Rewarding innovation and growth. Makes you reflect on how companies motivate their top talent.
Totally. Here we are grinding away for bonuses that feel like pocket change. If Musk can turn Tesla into a $1 trillion beast again, why not push for better incentives in our sales quotas?
I like your optimism. But seriously, it highlights how tight executive pay is to results. In project management, we live by milestones to hit them, and rewards follow.
Exactly. You know, it gets me fired up. Maybe we can brainstorm ways to align our goals with something like that. Call it a day early if we crush it?
Dreamy, but practical. Actually, on another note, did you hear about the New York City mayoral election?
Yeah. Zoran Mamdani pulled off the win. The 34-year-old Democratic Socialist guy.
That's the one. His campaign focused on working-class issues like affordability and equity. Drew in a diverse coalition with his personal magnetism from young voters to longtime residents.
Personal magnetism, huh? Sounds like he charmed his way to victory. As someone who travels to Nick for client meetings, I'm curious how his policies might affect business there.
Me too. He promises things like better public transit and housing support, could make the city more livable, which might attract talent to offices like ours if we expand.
Or hike taxes on big core that could hit our bottom line. But hey, it's refreshing to see a fresh face shaking things up. Not your typical suit and tie politician.
Refreshing indeed. You know, it ties into broader societal shifts we're seeing everywhere. More emphasis on inclusivity and work-life balance.
Spot on. Makes me think about our own office diversity initiatives. We could learn a thing or two from that energy.
We could. By the way, how's your week shaping up so far? Any big sales wins on the horizon?
It's off to a solid start. Closed a deal yesterday that should boost our quarterly numbers. But the pipeline's still a bit dry, need to ramp up outreach.
Nice on the close. My projects are humming along, but one deadline got pushed back. Working remotely helped yesterday, though?
Remote work saves the day sometimes. Anyway, circling back to that trade deal, do you think it'll impact our next budget meeting?
Probably. We might see cost savings trickle down. I'll flag it in my report to keep the team in the loop.
Smart. And on Musk's package, it's got me wondering if Tesla hits those milestones. Stock prices soar, investors love that confidence.
They do. It's a gamble, but calculated. Reminds me of how we structure our project timelines, ambitious but achievable.
Yeah, no trillion-dollar dreams here, but we can aim high. Now, about Mamdani, his win feels like a statement. Nick voters saying they want change.
A big statement. At 34, he's the youngest in ages. Could inspire more young leaders in politics and even business?
Inspire or intimidate, depending on the view. But it's cool. Adds some spark to the news cycle.
It does. To be honest, mixing politics with our daily grind keeps things interesting. Prevents the office from feeling too routine.
Absolutely. You know, I was reading more on that trade deal. The investment plan includes joint ventures in tech and manufacturing.
Joint ventures? That could mean partnerships we tap into. Exciting for cross-border projects?
Right? Picture our sales team landing deals with Korean firms. Game changer.
Game changer for sure. But we'll need to brush up on cultural nuances, building those relationships.
True. I've got a knack for that. Anyway, Tesla's vote shareholders cheered it on. Shows faith in Musk's vision.
Faith in results. Over a decade, it's long-term thinking. We could apply that to our 5-year plans.
5-year plans? Sounds strategic. Let's touch base after lunch on adapting some ideas.
Deal. Shifting to Mamdani, his coalition included everyone from immigrants to tech workers. Broad appeal.
Broad appeal wins elections. In sales, it's about connecting with diverse clients, too.
Exactly. Lessons there for all of us. Anyway, enough chatting, the coffee's gone cold?
Yeah. Time to hustle. Catch up later on those updates?
Sure thing. Have a great day, David.
You too, Alex. Let's crush it.
Time to get to work. Don't forget to subscribe and practice your English every day. You'll see how it just keeps getting better and better. See you tomorrow. Hope you have a fantastic day.